That's taken off.
I want to get a shirt made.
It's actually it's Bush the Bushin', and it was from my daughter's older brother back in like 2004.
I want to.
It's Bush the Bushin'.
You have to spell it for me so I can make a shirt.
I'll have to ask him how to spell it. He came up with it. Yes. Welcome all of my friends to Couch Pilots, the show that dares to fly into the unknown territory of awful television pilots of the past. My name is Jason. You can call me the Black Candlestick Maker, and across from me is the one who gets my wick wet. His name is Captain Philip Restisher. Good evening.
I do it in a non-gay way, right?
What's that?
Get your wick wet.
Dude, it's the gayest thing.
We're still
ever.
in Pride Month, so I guess that's appropriate.
June is Pride Month?
Yeah.
It makes sense because, like, every time I see a gay guy, he's finding some reason to strip down to his underwear, and you don't want to do that in the winter.
Right. I want to do it when it's hot, like wasabi. Folks, Jason always says, hello, all my friends. And
I do say that, don't I?
Yeah, and so, but I want to say hello to my friends. I want to say hi to Wilbur in Montana. All right. Katie in Maine. And I want to say hi to Ted in California.
Who are these people?
Oh, just some friends.
Just individuals.
Well, I just want to give them a shout out.
Should I? Now that you say, you always say, welcome all my friends. I don't. That's what I don't.
No, because you have tons of them. You have like so many. It would take the whole podcast to name them all individually. But I only have like 3 or 4, and so I just wanted to name those 3 friends and say give them shouts outs.
Now I'm getting a better picture. Okay,
Sure.
because I was like, are you just naming a couple of friends? But you're saying these are all of your friends.
Oh, these are all of them.
Why do you have friends like all over the place? Don't you think it would be nicer to have friends locally?
Oh, God, I would love to have some friends locally, but it seems to be I get on everyone's nerves so bad that they have to be in different states so our friendships last longer. I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like, self, because that's how I refer to myself, and I was like, let's go over your really close friend history.
Right.
And it really only lasts about 2 or 3 years. Mm-hmm. And so I'm trying to figure out why.
What's happening here between you and I?
Oh, well, we're captains.
Of planes and industry.
Yep, and automobiles. Mm-hmm. But I just think that you have a lot of patience.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's pretty accurate.
You have a lot of patience.
Sure, yeah.
And you have a tendency to look the other way, and things don't rattle you. Like when we were in captain school,
right? Phoenix Online.
You took a lot of the stress tests. I couldn't do them because I would fail them.
Yeah, a lot of Indian rug burns.
Ooh,
or the arm
noogies.
Burns. Yeah, I took all those tests.
You did it all for the noogies.
Very stressful.
Yeah, and so and like the simulators, the flight simulators, that was one of the classes that you took because I took the essay classes because you don't like to write essays.
Essay.
And I knew Spanish, so it worked out a lot better.
Yeah. Oh, your Spanish is incredible.
Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco.
Over my head.
Yep.
Like an airplane goes over my head.
That's relevant.
Yeah.
I like your hair today. You have a good hair.
Thank you.
How's my hair?
Your hair looks great.
Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Now this is a new do for me. It's last month or so. It's starting to grow in.
It started as a mamador, and now it's a papador.
Well, it's not still. It's not a papador yet. I still think it's a mamador.
Okay.
But I've had some people say I like the look. I've had some people say the swirl is ridiculous, and I'm like, that's all natural.
That is something your mom or your wife would say, right?
My mother-in-law.
Okay, that's in the vein.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I'm looking at it right now. It looks like if you're on the beaches of Hawaii and they got a surfer down there and there's the wave coming in.
Okay.
And the guys, I can picture a surfer coming through part of your hair. Like, when the wave's going over the surfer and he's like in the water tube?
Yeah.
That's what it's like.
But do you think it's appropriate for a 43-year-old, or do you think I've passed this and I just need to cut it all off? Honest. You be honest, because
I'm going to be honest with you.
I mean, our friendship.
When have I ever pulled any punches, my friend?
Our friendship is, time-wise, is on the cusp of
It's almost over.
It's almost over.
I think I was going to say, if you had, because you don't have much gray hair.
No, not at
Which is
all.
odd, because I feel like your entire life is full of stress. I mean, and not even, big stress, just shit you put upon yourself.
Right. Self-induced stress.
Yeah, 100%. And so I think you'd be a lot more gray than you are, but you're not hardly gray at all. I don't even think I see any gray. I was going to say, well, maybe if you had more gray, it would look ridiculous. But I don't even think then. I don't even think then it would look. It just looks like a cool guy haircut.
Okay, thanks, buddy.
That's all it is.
Cool guy haircut.
I dig it. I can't wait till it becomes a papador. I'm glad it's a mamador right now.
Yeah, it's like an antador right now. Like an antador.
I don't know what that is.
It's in between a mama.
Oh, like an aunt and uncle?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uncle Door. I guess Uncle Door.
I was trying to grow
from Lord of the Rings.
I was trying to grow a Dumbledore on my head. Looked like an idiot.
Yeah. And I don't know why it's so important to me because when we fly, we always wear our captain's hats. So I don't understand why it's such a big deal to me. But when I'm in the captain's lounge or when I'm in my daily activities, I want to look cool. And you're right. My grandmother on my mom's side had very dark hair with just a sprinkle of gray up until her death, And so I think I get that from her. Like I do have a couple grays, but they come mostly out of my ears and on my eyebrows.
Okay, same here. Like I've grown out my faux beard a little bit,
nice. And Gay Pride Month.
For Gay Pride Month, yeah, because gays love because I am a beard to a gay lady,
like a Furby.
You ever heard that term before? A beard?
No.
Okay, say like a gay guy is like, hey, don't tell anyone I'm a gay guy, right?
Uh-huh.
And so he's with a lady, okay, and the lady that's with the gay guy, she's called a beard.
Oh, because she's covering up.
Right. So I'm actually the beard. So I had to grow a beard for a lesbian lady.
Nice.
What was I gonna say? I don't know. Oh no, I'm getting some gray. Like my beard comes in red, but I'm getting gray in my beard. It's very odd, and I have them in my eyebrows too, like you said.
And they're thick. The ones on your eyebrows are super thick. And they go wherever they want.
I yank them out. Boink.
Yeah,
boink.
my wife yanks them out.
I wish I had a wife to yank out my grays. I went to the bathroom to do my upkeep south of the border, and I noticed I now have like an Indian name, like a Native American name. You know those like Windwalker and that kind of stuff, or Wolf Mane, or So I found gray hairs on not my testicles, but on the shaft of my penis. I found a gray hair.
Nice.
So I'm now known in the Indian community as Gray Shaft.
I like it.
Yeah.
Captain Shaft. Captain Shaft. You spent a lot of time on reservations.
A lot of times calling restaurants, making reservations as a maitre d'. I take a lot of reservations.
A lot of people don't know, and this is one of the things I think we've ever talked about, is your gambling problem that you have is humongous.
Well, there's kind of a reason that we haven't talked about it.
Oh, are you embarrassed of it?
I'm wildly embarrassed. That's why I'm taking the second job as a maitre d' at a fancy restaurant.
A greeter.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I take a lot of reservations. I go to a lot of Indian reservations. It's kind of a wash. I make money taking reservations, and then I lose it going to reservations.
Right.
So it's a vicious financial cycle for myself.
Hey, folks, it's June 25th. This is season 14, episode 3 of Couch Pilots. We are cranking through our cartoon extravaganza.
Yeah, we're very happy to do so.
It's something different.
Yeah. Something brand new for that ace.
Ooh.
Remember when Coolio said that once and only once?
Coolio knows that you ain't no hoe, so you got to put it up on a pedestal.
It's so funny that that's your go-to for Coolio. Like, I don't know that song. I know 1, 2, 3, 4. No, don't. Gotta get up to get down. Remember that one?
No.
And then Gangster's Paradise,
right,
of course, and then Fantastic Voyage. But the one that you always sing with Coolio, I don't even know what that song is.
I'm a wealth of inappropriate knowledge of rap music.
I have
a white boy from East Peoria, Illinois.
I had a quick question for you.
Quick answer.
Yeah. Over the weekend.
Tomatoes.
Okay. That puts that to rest. Let's move on to the reservations.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. So I was over the weekend. I got together with John, DSJ, Down syndrome John, and we went to a big sale. Like it was a flea market garage sales. Like they shut down this street. It's called the Moss Avenue sale.
Okay.
And
it's on Moss Avenue, right?
It is on Moss. Man, you are good.
Yeah.
First Coolio, now this. So me and DSJ are on this. We're going on this sale, and we're going through the yards and we're looking at this stuff. And I've been going to the sale for years, so I see a lot of the same stuff, a lot of the same people. It's just kind of an excuse to get out of the house and have some fun. And who knows what you'll find?
Sure.
So we're walking around, and I look down at the ground where my feet are. Right.
That's good idea.
Yeah.
Once in a while, look down there.
You gotta see. So I look down by the feet, and I see money on the ground. And I was like, "Oh, look at that money! Look at that.
So how much money are we talking? Like,
well, hold on, we'll get to that.
Oh.
So I after I lock eyes with the money, and then I look up, and then I look around, and then no one's like looking for it, and there's hundreds, if not thousands, of people around. So then I bend over and I take the money.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I leave with the money, and then I mean I don't leave right away. I don't run out of there with like clutching it to my chest or anything. I spent another couple hours there, but I take that money, and what I think is like. If I saw someone drop it, I'd be like, "Hey, you dropped this money. Here, have it. Here, have it now." But the first person I say, "Is this your money?" They're gonna be like, "Yeah, that's my money," and they'll just take it. Right. So, like, I feel bad doing it, but then what else am I supposed to do?
You're gonna leave it for somebody else just to take anyway. Yeah,
that's exactly right. Right.
Like you see something, say something. Mm-hmm. You didn't see anything. You took something.
I said nothing.
You took something.
I didn't see something. I took something. Okay, write that down. That's good. But I just want to get your moral take on my actions.
I think you're absolutely right. If you see somebody drop money, you say, "Hey, here's your money." And it's been a couple times I've done it. You know, it was like $1, or I think one time I found a $20 bill, and you look around and you see nobody frantically looking around for anything.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
You just stand there for a couple, but always step on it and then look around.
I did. Well, I didn't. I don't think I stepped on it. I stepped very close to it.
Very close to it.
I didn't want to dirty the money any more than it already was.
And take it.
Okay, so I look, I bend over, I take it, and I put it in my pocket.
And then you bet on the Cleveland Cavaliers.
And then I bet it all on the Cavs. Yeah. So
that's not good.
As quickly as the money came, it went away.
That's all right.
That's unbelievable, right? They got swept.
Because LeBron gave up. He sucks.
It was $60 cash.
Ooh, straight cash money.
Yeah.
So was it
320s?
Oh, I was going to say, was it 320s or 610s?
It was $60 in nickels.
And nobody was...
No,
they're like, you know what? I can't carry this anymore.
They just dropped it.
I haven't found anything in this sale that I want to buy that's $60. I'm just dropping it here. So, like, you weren't standing next to it. Like, you were sitting on it as a pile of nickels.
I think what happened was someone was like, I'm going to stop at the Coinstar on the way to the sale, and then the Coinstar was gone. And like, I just got to go to the sale with $60 in nickels.
They're like, what? There's a fee for using this? No way.
I don't want to change it into straight cash for Cracker Barrel. You know, I don't want a gift card. For Sonic, I want money.
Right.
So anyway, that's something that happened to me.
Yeah.
I have another story, but it can wait. Maybe. Do we have fan feedback?
I have a story too.
Oh, you do a story then. Let's hear what you got to say.
You say story?
I say story too.
Well, it's not really a story so much as it is something we need to be careful with those, buddy. Be careful with those.
What's wrong?
I'm just saying, be careful with those. Those will hit you like a...
Oh, what's this is the dank meme.
Yeah, it'll hit you.
It's a hazy American pale ale.
They're delicious, but it will hit you like a brick shit house.
Did you know the hops that it features?
No, why don't you tell us?
El Dorado, Azaka.
El Dorado.
The dank meme. It's from Savoy, Illinois. It's about an hour and a half from here. I'm trying to find the alcohol content, but I think I'm too drunk to find it.
It's heavy.
Is it really?
So Fukmi has been doing.
This is DSJ's wife you're talking about. All right.
And right now we don't know, but we think that it's Anne
dressing up like her,
but we don't know. For sure.
Anne is the mother of DSJ's baby. We had her on the show for Mr. A Neighbor's House.
Ooh, yeah, we need to talk about that. Oh yeah,
too. We got some stuff happening.
Do you want to do that now?
No.
Okay. So anyway, she cleans the pilot's lounge. But she also cleans the plane when we're not in flight.
Yeah.
And recently, there's a mystery going on.
You have a mystery going on? Clue me in.
There's a mystery. You know about this mystery, in a way, but you don't know it's a mystery. So, our toilet at the plane, okay? Our toilet on the plane has mysterious stuff on it from time to time. And here's the thing. Nobody uses this toilet when we fly. Because me and you don't, because we're flying the plane the whole time. And
did the stewardess tell you about this?
Stewardess told me about it. And you could have came to me. You could have came to me.
I don't know if it was you.
That's why. It's not me.
That's why.
No, it's not me. Nobody uses this bathroom down here. So we can't figure out why there's stuff on it when nobody uses this bathroom down here.
Okay. Can I address a couple things? First of all,
no. I'm not calling you out.
I don't think you're calling me out.
No, I'm just saying, like, this is a mystery. We do not know what's going on. Me and Fukmi have talked about
I've got an idea. A while back, I went to use the bathroom here on the plane, and there was a discoloration, if you will. A hazelnut color, perhaps.
Okay.
And I thought that's pretty gross. And I don't know who comes down here. So during one of our breaks, I went to the stewardess. I said, "Hey, you know what? There's some refuse on the toilet seat. Just an FYI."
Sure.
She said, "Oh my God, that's awful." It's all right. So a couple months go by. Just recently, I went to her again. This time it was a lot worse. And I said, "There is something on your toilet seat." I didn't say anything to Blake about it because I don't know who does it. I don't want to embarrass anyone, sure. But it's pretty gnarly. And she's like, oh, okay, we'll take care of it. But you're saying no one uses the toilet.
No. And definitely nobody uses it for that.
Well, there have been instances where there are people, like there might be someone living in your house that you are not aware of.
Sure, in the walls.
Yeah, I've heard of that before, where people actually do that. But you'd think they'd be more careful than to like live in a plane
and spot check stuff.
Right.
Here's what I'm thinking, and I got an Excel spreadsheet to try to figure this out.
Good way to solve things.
Here's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
It's either karaoke Big E, or there's something wrong with the plumbing, possibly.
No.
I don't know what it is then.
It was like a smear, right? The plumbing doesn't do that. Someone's taking a shit in this plane and not clean it and like really let that seat have it.
Do you know who it could be? The mechanic.
Which one?
Mechanic Chad? Possibly?
Oh, Chad? Yeah.
Mechanic Chad. So
does he pop down here?
I don't know, because there's a lot of times I'm not here.
Oh,
he's working on the plane.
But he has access to the inside of the plane? I know he takes dip in the pool in the captain's lounge.
Well, yeah, because there's a lot. He does all the mechanic stuff, right?
Yeah.
And so that's what I don't know, but I wanted to apologize to you for that situation. Live
you definitely don't have to apologize to me, but now
it is weird. It's weird. It's because we can't figure it out.
I just figured it was
Eli can't get down here. The baggage boy Eli cannot get down here.
Baggage boy can't make it.
He can't get down here because he's in a cast.
I would think that I thought it was you or the boy. So I didn't want to embarrass you. I talked to Molly.
Do you think I'm that gross?
No, I don't know. I didn't know what to think. I don't know. What am I to think? Who frequents this plane? There's only so many suspects. So
it's like the game of Clue.
I would love to think it's the karaoke.
Clue.
I would love to think it's karaoke Big E coming in here and shitting up the joint. But now you have to keep like track of who's been in
an Excel spreadsheet. I am actually what I'm thinking about doing is on the front of the door putting in a sign-in sheet.
Not a bad idea at all.
Hold on, you can't push it. I'm trying to fix the feedback.
Oh boy! All right,
we have fan feedback.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, but that's due to the twisty two to that thing. All right, I don't know what it is.
I don't know either. Do you want to read the fan feedback?
Yeah.
All right.
All right, fan feedback. Let's see here. Meow. Meow. You say meow too? Found out my wife doesn't like the fact that we say baby around this house.
No one likes that. Nobody likes
Neither
that.
does Mrs. Karaoke Big E.
No, she does not. I can't find the AVB on this thing.
It's that's how much it is. Chris Tuckley, my man from the UK. Wow, what a show. Skipped ahead to hear it, and you guys are even more boisterous than you were in 2017. Thanks for giving Ghostwatch a shot. It was great to hear your thoughts on this artifact from my childhood. Blake, if you want to see the ghost, there's a guide to his appearance here, and he gave me a link. And I said, glad you liked it, man. Sorry I was so very drunk. I felt bad. We have credited your frequent flyer account 1 million points.
Wow.
I felt horribly bad. The next one is from Lori Garcia. It's official. I run this bitch. I'm basically Prince. I can call you guys anytime. You'll stop what you're doing to hear my voice. Jason admitted he's in love with me, so it's official. Hashtag Couch Pilot's Wedding. I said, now this has me intrigued.
We don't have time on this episode, but next episode there's some big news about about what she's talking about.
Okay, and it says, someone needs to start photoshopping our photos into Bridal Magazine. Then, from our Instagram, which we never use, but we're tagged by Lori Garcia. She says, thank you, Jason, from Couch Pilots Pod, for giving me these awesome early birthday gifts.
Oh, yeah. I found these like 1960s or 70s like teen magazines at a garage sale, and I sent them to Lori Garcia because I thought she would think they're awesome. I think she does think they're awesome.
And she does with hashtags like hashtag Twiggy, hashtag Jason is my bitch, hashtag I run this shit, hashtag Couch Pilots Podcast, and hashtag Lori the Nerd.
That's Twiggy, the 1970s model that was in those magazines. Okay.
So those are the ones we're going to start with. We have more later on, but let's start with those, and let's proceed.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captains have turned on the fasten seatbelt sign.
You know what you look like to me with your good bag and your cheap shoes? You look like a rube. A well-scrubbed, hustling rube with little taste. Good nutrition does give you some length of bone, but you're not more than one generation from poor white trash, are you, Officer Starling? That accent you're trying so desperately to shed? Pure West Virginia. What was your father, dear? Was he a coal miner? Did he stink of the lamp? And oh, how quickly the boys found you, all those tedious, sticky fumblings in the back of car seats, while you could only dream of getting out, getting anywhere, getting all the way to the FBI. Couch Pilots.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
Oh my God, you nailed it! That's what George Carlin said right before he died.
Yep, right before he died. This is Couch Pilots, folks. We're right here.
We're right here. We're right here. We're right queer in the middle of
here, right queer.
Watching the world wake up from history. Today we discuss the pilot episode of Spacecataz from the year of our Lord 2000. Add 4. It was a great year.
It was a good year for the roses.
Good year for the roses. What is a rose? What is the good year for the roses?
Neurosis?
Yeah,
I've got a lot of them. You want to name my neurosis?
This is only 4.5. This is not going to hit me hard.
I don't know. It has.
That's what the internet told me.
Well, the internet is wrong. It is.
Internet lie?
It dank memes me. Oh,
internet lie?
You know what? I lied because I accidentally bought the double dark dank meme.
Okay, I was just having. I just bought this at Broadway Liquors, and I was asking the guy in there. I said, "He's like, oh, there's also really dank meme."
Oh yeah, don't. That's the one.
And I said, "Oh, I've heard of that." It's like someone told me that I thought they changed the name of that because it was confusing. Didn't Dustin say that?
Yeah, Dustin.
Everyone in there's like, "No, you're wrong." And I was like, "Okay, I might be wrong. I don't know."
Did you say "fuck me," right?
I said, "Give me my change, you fucking piece of shit." No, but is there? Did they change the name?
I thought I remember him saying that.
Right? Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I could be wrong. I don't know.
2004, good year for the roses means during 2004 I had sex.
That's not fair though, right? Because like every year since you started having sex, you've had a lot of sex.
A lot of sex.
So like, when's the first time? What was the year that you first had sex? Let me guess. I'm gonna guess 1993.
Yeah.
Okay.
92, 93, somewhere.
So since 93, you've had sex every year. So every year since 93.
Damn right.
Okay, first of all, high five that shit. Second of all, it's not, I mean, like, it's a good year for the roses. Who gives a fucking shit? Every year since 93, you've had sex, right? That's 25 years of boning.
Right. 25 years of boning.
Okay.
25 years of boning. 25 years of boning. Take that girl, slap her butt. And 9 years of boning.
2000 add 4. I say this a lot. It doesn't seem like it was a long time ago, but here we are in 2018, and it's 14 years ago.
14 years ago.
That's a while.
My child was not born yet.
Any of
And see, 2000, yeah, my youngest child. And see, in 2004, I know that I had sex because that's back when my ex-wife liked me.
That was wife number 2.
Wife number 2.
Numero dos.
Du Santo Macanto.
Man, your Spanish is impeccable. 14 years ago, my memory gets a little hazy, not unlike this IPA. So I have to go back in time in my mind so I can properly understand this pilot when it was released. Otherwise, it's not fair to the pilot. You and I, not only are we fly boys, we're also fair boys.
Fair boys, fly boys. Ooh, that'd be a nice shirt. Fly boys. Gay Pride Month.
Push that button.
Yeah, you can't look in 2018 and look at a pilot television show from 2004 and grade it rank it, rate it appropriately.
What kind of animal would do that?
An animal without Band-Aids.
Mm-hmm. An animal without...
Courtney Cox.
An animal without...
Cyberhypogenics.
June 5th, Ronald Reagan, 40th president of these United States from 1981 to 1989, and actor, dies at 93.
He had Alzheimer's disease.
I always hear people say Alzheimer's. Isn't it Alzheimer's?
Or is it old timers?
People say old timers too, but isn't it Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's?
Alzheimer's!
Fucking Germans.
Yeah. So I told
they make us forget things.
I had a meeting today,
Ooh.
and this girl's going out of town. She's like, "Hey, you're gonna take over for me for a few weeks. So I'm out of town." I said, "All right." And so the guy on the meeting says, "Oh, that's your last name?" He's like, "That's a strong German name."
To you?
Yeah.
You're like, "I'll show you a strong German dick."
Sounds like I was adopted. Anyway, so some people still take some sort of reassurance in a name, I suppose.
He was an actor before he became president.
Yeah, people are like,
he was shot while he was president.
He was shot, yeah. People say...
You know the song, Eric Clapton said, I shot the sheriff. Some guy goes, I shot the president.
Who was an actor.
Who was an actor in black and white film westerns. That's good.
Yeah, not bad. He's dead now. Yeah. And Nancy Reagan, she's dead, right?
Yeah, just recently, right?
Barbara Bush died recently.
Oh.
Nancy, I think, had to have passed a while ago because I haven't heard anything about her.
Now, it was Nancy Reagan and Ronald Reagan that said say no to drugs, but yet brought heroin into the country and put it on the urban streets to imprisonate African Americans and kill them.
You have proof of that?
Yes.
Let me see it.
Well, I'll show you.
It looks like you have some papers in front of you. Hand me that paper.
Right here. Look.
Let me look that over.
Look at that.
Okay. Black man. Okay. All right. Even though it looks to be in your handwriting.
Crack cocaine and heroin were brought in by the Reagan administration to imprison black people because at that time prisons became a corporate.
But why focus on black people? Why not just fill it up with people in general?
Well, they didn't like black people.
Okay, I didn't know if it was like they focused on the poor communities and African Americans tend to be in the poor communities.
Okay, because it was easier. Okay. It was easier to get them.
So they just said, what's the easiest way to do it? And they felt like the black community was the easiest way.
Right, because there was so much money to be made with these corporate prisons.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and it got to be because
it's pretty fucked up.
With corporate prisons, it doesn't. They get paid by the government based on how many people you have in your building,
it's pretty fucked up, right?
Like super fucked up.
That are. It's to this day.
Yeah,
our prison system is a business essentially, right?
Yep.
It's pretty fucked up. Hey,
I try to get political because we don't talk about politics.
We don't talk about religion,
and
we don't talk about cops.
We don't talk about cops.
No cops.
No cops.
No cops. No, thank you. June 10th, model actress Ali Landry divorces Saved by the Bell actor Mario Lopez due to irreconcilable differences only 2 weeks after getting married.
How much of a fight can you get in 2 weeks? Like, what possibly would cause you to get divorced within 2 weeks? I've been married 3 times.
I think he put his penis in a woman's mouth on his bachelor party or something.
That would do it.
That would do it?
Yeah.
So, I mean, like if a mouth is there, I mean...
It's like she probably wore a dental dam. Yeah,
she probably wore a dental dam. And it's Mario Lopez. He's a piece of ass, right?
Yeah.
Like he still looks like he's 25.
Oh yeah, he's great.
You know what? Mario Lopez I'd suck his dick. He's a piece of ass.
You know what? As long as he didn't wear tights, I would.
I wouldn't even use a dental dam, and he would get everything I got.
Or would you get everything he's got?
Oh boy, that'd be an even trade. We'd be even Saved by the Bell Stephens on that one. July 16th, Millennium Park, considered the first and most ambitious architectural project in the early 21st century for Chicago, is opened to the public by Mayor Richard M. Daley.
Is that the one with the bean? Is that the place with the
magical mirrored bean? Yes.
I think I've only been to like one corner of that park, and it is pretty impressive. They have an amphitheater, like an outdoor amphitheater. They have the bean, of course, and they have a lot of Buddhist people.
What?
Buddhist people selling or giving away like bracelets, but then they want you to sign their.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, no. First of all, I've never been to Millennium Park. I've driven past it many times while it's been in Chicago.
Because you're on your way to Garrett's Popcorn.
Yeah, I was heading to Garrett's Popcorn. It takes you right by Millennium Park. I've seen the Bean from like 30 feet away. I've never been up there because a lot of people do a lot of weird, funny pictures with it because it's all reflective. I've never touched it. I've never been up next to it, but I've been right by it. Like I've seen it.
I want to go to the Bean with you.
You and I should bean out sometime.
Well, I do want to go to the Brookfield Zoo, so let's go to the Brookfield Zoo and then go to the Bean.
Adam was just there today.
I know, and I'm excited about it.
Well, that's the one where like he was taking pictures of the gorillas. And they literally are in like a concrete prison. It's wildly upsetting.
No, but they're only in the that's not their. They can go outside into their habitat.
They can?
Yes, they can.
Okay.
When I was little, I remember going to Brookfield Zoo, and it was one of those things where you walked across this rope bridge.
Yeah,
and they were all underneath it.
Yeah.
And so if that rope bridge broke, you were gorilla. I mean, because they had silverbacks down there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I remember how scared I was as a kid.
I went there a few years ago with Nurse Courtney. You remember that lady?
Yeah. She was cute.
Yeah, she was a lot more than that. Anyway, so I go to Brookfield Zoo with her, and my favorite memory of the day. First of all, my daughter was with me, which is great. So we go up there together.
Amen.
And but I went there as a child, and then as an adult, I went there, and they still had those machines.
Oh, I remember we've talked about this on the show.
I think we probably did, and maybe IBWIP though. Is where they make the wax figures. Mm-hmm. I feel like that is so 70s and 80s. And like there it was in like 2015. It was still there. I was like, oh, this is fantastic.
If I call Brookfield Zoo and ask them if they still have those, will you go with us to go see the baby gorilla?
I did not get one at the time, one of those wax things. I should have got one when I was there.
Should have got the dolphin.
If they have it, I will go with you to get one.
High five it.
Oh boy, my mind is in 2000 plus 4.
I'm ready.
Why did we choose to watch? And this is a tricky now. This is a special season.
Tricky.
It's tricky to rock or rhyme on time. That's right. It's tricky. It's tricky.
Normally, for all you longtime listeners, there's 3 simple criteria.
And welcome to all of our new listeners.
But for the kind of the cartoon extravaganza, we have 4 pillars. Let's start it off.
Hey, you know what? Let's start this off by getting a cracking.
Yeah. You know, that'd be a good tagline for like a podcast.
I don't think so.
A money-making machine.
This is great because I got beer all over me, and when a cop pulls me over, he's gonna be like, "You smell like beer," and I was like, "You're right." Like, "You're right, I do."
You're right. You want to cuddle? Number 1 pillar for this season, season 14, it has to be animated. We're doing animated cartoons all season.
Yeah, that's right. I love animation. I'm not sure about it.
Animation.
It's still curious to me why you wanted to do animation. The reason I think you did it is because all the episodes are going to be very short.
That's not necessarily true. I didn't know that. Number 2, it had to be one and done. It never went to series. Only 1 pilot episode was made. Whether it aired or not is irrelevant. Number 3, it had to be free, baby.
Do you like this shirt? This is brand new.
It seems tight.
It does? Hold on.
It's because you're sitting down. Hold on.
I'm going to stand up.
Stand up.
I don't think it's that tight. I like it.
I like the shirt. I like the cut because it's one of those ones where you don't tuck it in because it's the short. But
I don't tuck in. Like in casual wear, I don't tuck in.
Yeah. No, I like it. But when you're sitting down, it looks like it's about ready to bust up at the seams because your pecs are so big.
But it doesn't look tight when I'm up, right?
No, it looks good.
No, it's room. It's
good. Looks good.
It's good.
Yeah.
You like the design of it?
Oh yeah. It's and you know what? Your butt looks fabulous in that shirt. Oh, there's too much. Anyway, and number 4, we had to find it on the interwebs. We are not going to scavenger hunt and anything like that. We're gonna, if it's not on the internet, we're not gonna watch it. So those are all 4 pillars for the cartoon extravaganza.
This beer cannot be 4.5.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm telling you.
Where can you find the entire episode of Spacecataz?
That's why I haven't asked if I could have one.
You can find this dumb show by subscribing to Couch Pilots and Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classic label links that our shout-outs are. Go to Adult Swim and sign up for the alt-right. That can't be right. You can't go to like Adult Swim and sign up for the alt-right, can you? Is that a thing?
It's possible.
Oh, there's DSJ.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
He has not talked to me in like months. He just looks the other way.
He hasn't talked to you in months?
He hasn't said anything to me.
I feel like he's come up numerous times in the past month, but he never talked to you.
No, he never talks to me. Speaking of classically blue links, You said Adult Swim or sign up for the alt-right.
Yeah.
I watched the classically blue link that was sent to me was a YouTube link.
Oh, also acceptable.
Okay, all right. So make sure. Because I was worried that maybe I didn't see half of this.
No, it was only like 9 minutes long.
Yeah.
This is not. Admit to the audience now that the reason you chose cartoons for the entire season was because you knew that all the episodes would be short.
No, there was no guarantee that they were going to be.
No, that's fine. But just admit it.
Well, I can't admit something that I didn't know.
Yeah. So just apologize to everybody.
Sorry, everybody. I've been apologizing all my life.
You're really good at it. Like, I really thought you were serious. I believe you.
I didn't even bat an eye.
Summary of the pilot. Spacecataz is a spin-off of Aqua Teen Hunger Force centered around the ongoing feud between the Mooninites and the Plutonians.
That's pretty cool. I didn't know that it was a spinoff.
You ever see Aqua Teen Hunger Force?
Oh, yeah, with the hamburger ball and the
meat wad
and
Meatball.
yeah.
Hey everybody, my name is Meatball.
And the guy lived next door with a pool.
Hey, name is Carl. Hey, get out of my pool.
I didn't see many episodes.
Then you got Master Shake, whose voice I don't think I can really do.
And then the French fry guy.
You know who does a great Carl?
Who?
Matt Phillips.
Oh.
And Matt's done a lot of great things in his life. He really screwed up here. Years ago, when Aqua Teen was in full swing, they said, you know what we're going to do? We're stupid. We're going to make a live action Aqua Teen Hunger Force. We need someone to play each of these parts. I said, you have to send in an audition to play Carl.
And he didn't.
He didn't do it.
Can we ask him to call into our dial-in number as Carl?
Should we call him right now?
Yeah, that's fine. If you want to.
Yeah, let me call him right now. Let's see if he can do a Carl impression for us.
Folks,
thank you.
Speaking of which, if you want to contact us, you can contact us at couchpodspodcast@gmail.com. Oh,
it's okay. Yeah,
Twitter at couchpodspod. I'm doing it in between rings.
That's fine.
I don't know the dial-in number, but it's 1-910-POWS1.
That's all you need to know, really.
Call us. We haven't done a voicemail in a long time.
I don't think he's going to pick up. Should we leave him a voicemail or not?
Yeah, let's leave him a voicemail.
All right.
And say, hey, if you get this in the next 40 minutes.
That seems pretty accurate.
You have reached the voicemail box of 217.
Oh, I got it. It's good. You can't hear it, right? All right. Hey, Matt, this is Jason. We're best friends, and I'm here with
Captain Rest Assured.
We're recording at Couch Pilots. It's a podcast you've been on before, between 4 and 8 times, if memory serves, and we're doing one
Fuck
about
the Lakers.
Yeah, okay, that'll bring some memory back for you. We're doing one called Spacecataz. It's about those aliens from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I was hoping you would call it, or we could talk to you, and you could do your Carl impression. Give me a call back at my number. You know what it is. In the next, half hour, if you can, I'll answer the phone, no problem. If you can't, hey, don't sweat it either. We'll catch you next time. I love you forever. Goodbye. All right, so that was a real thing.
Let's
that happened.
get things cracking.
That'd be great for like a show, like a sort of catch line for a catchphrase. Interesting facts.
Interesting facts. Well, Conrad rule. The Conrad rule is in effect because he's been listening. This is a segment of the show where Jason has scoured the internet to find facts about this pilot. Whether or not they're interesting is up to you. Just leave it up to you. If you find it interesting, don't say anything to anybody. Don't taint someone else's experience, right? By giving your opinion on it. Just listen to the facts, accept the facts. If you have a four-legged friend, go ahead and talk to him about it.
Amen to that. Spacecataz was created by Dave Willis, and Matt Malero, and intended to begin with a 5-episode first season.
Okay.
Fact.
Yeah, that's a fact.
After this pilot was not picked up, small portions of the show were featured in the cold openings of all of the third season episodes of Volume 4 of Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
So they just cut it up and just did little snippets?
Yeah, I think that's right. Instead of taking off and becoming its own series, the 10-minute pilot was split up, and since it was put at the beginning, it replaced the Dr. Weird and Steve shorts
That means nothing to me.
The first few seasons, they had like 30, 45 seconds of a thing, and this replaced that, essentially.
And you can replace this, or you can replace with that. You can replace with this, or you can replace with that.
On the back of his songs. The full episode is available as an extra on disc 2 of the Aqua Teen Hunger Force Volume 4 DVD box set.
Okay, nerds would buy that.
Includes the voice stylings of Andy Merrill, who was Brack from Space Ghost, Mike Schatz, unfortunately named, from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Dave Willis from Archer, and again, Matt Malero from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. Fact.
Okay, that's a fact.
Unrelated, Spacecataz is also the name of a Beer de Garde style beer brewed by Monnik Beer Company in Louisville, as well as a Saison/farmhouse ale style beer brewed by Ethereal Brewing in Lexington, Kentucky. Interesting fact, sober.
Nice. Good job.
The guys who named their beer after this pilot, these guys are some fucking nerds.
Yeah. Oh, super nerds.
These some beer nerds. We should hashtag these guys on this episode.
What's
Monnik Beer Company and Ethereal Brewing.
Monnik Beer Company. All right.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, send us some free beer.
Hey, send us some Twitter responses.
Twitter responses. Twitter response. Oh, wait. Twitter responses. Twitter responses. I hope Jason got some Twitter responses.
Turn down the volume for Drunken Lullabies.
Hey, this is The Voice. I'm here interrupting one of your favorite podcasts to tell you all about mine. If you're a fan of craft beer, independent music, pop culture, and laughing at inappropriate things, then you should check out Drunken Lullabies, brought to you by Distilled Brewery. New episodes are available on draft every Sunday, so you can spend the Sabbath getting tipsy along with us. We try beers, play songs, and laugh our asses off. So go on, indulge yourself, and become a part of Drunkamaniac Nation. And if craft beer and music aren't your thing, you can listen to Drunk at the Movies every Wednesday, brought to you by Iron Spike Brewing Company. Listen to me and my friends provide our own alcohol-fueled commentary tracks to some of our favorite movies, unedited and uncensored. You don't have to be drunk to enjoy these movies, but it doesn't hurt. Until next time, this is The Voice saying, may your music be loud, and may your beers be cold.
Oh, I thought he was
going to hey, you know what? I'm drinking a beer right now. I feel like I'm on Drunken Lullabies.
I'm drinking a beer right now, and I feel like I'm on Heel versus Bobbles Head Dolls.
I feel like I'm on a Heel versus Face drinking a beer right now.
I feel like I'm on Drunk as the Movies.
That was a great show.
Drunk as the Pilots.
It's disappointing to me, and I don't think I've expressed this to Dustin directly, so if he hears the show, he'll hear this. But it's disappointing to me that he's scaled back on Drunken Lullabies.
Right, that was his creme de la creme.
That was the bread and butter, baby. Great show. It doesn't always have to be like, oh, I'm interviewing a spectacular thing, this or that. Some of the best moments are when you're just in Drunken Lullaby studios with your buddies chilling out. Yeah. It is a great show. He's done a ton of awesome things, and I think there's a lot more great stuff in the future for the show, too. So check that out every Sunday. Drunk at the Movies. I tell you what, I love that theme song. It's Alien Ant Farm. You ever hear that fucking shit?
I thought it was Adam Ant.
Adam Ant Farm? The song is called Movies, appropriately enough. That's the theme song by Alien Ant Farm. That they made a video for it. It was their single, and then the single went nowhere. Then they released Smooth Criminal, the Michael Jackson cover.
Yeah.
That thing exploded, and they're like, you know what? Movies is a good song. Let's make another video for it and release it. So they made 2 videos for that song.
Really?
Yeah. And it's a good song.
That's an interesting fact.
And you're allowed to say such. Let's break down the pilot of Spacecataz.
Right off the bat, a little Mexican music. Ba-da-dum-dum-dum. Ba-da-dum-dum-dum-dum. I love Mexican. I love little Mexican.
You love I love little Mexican ladies.
I love little Mexican cuties. And then there's a green guy and he's pretty laid back. Is he a marijuana leaf?
This is okay. So you have essentially there's only 4 characters in this,
right?
And the first ones we see are these spiky guys. I think they're the Plutonians.
Yes, they are the Plutonians.
And the green guy is kind of the thinner, taller guy, and they're spiky.
Yeah, he's got a headband.
They both have headbands on for some reason. That's the only clothing they wear.
And he seems more laid back, right?
He's my favorite character.
Yeah, he's the stoned one. He's like the stone. You're like, hey, it's cool, whatever, man.
Yeah, he's the best.
And then the orange guy who is Arnold,
I guess
his name is Arnold. He is the one that. Oh no, he sounds like Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's why I wrote that down.
I was just choking on the beer. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. But he's kind of the uptight guy. So you got a laid back guy, uptight guy, kind of like me and you.
Right. Which one's which?
You're the green guy. I'm the orange guy.
I'm the green guy?
Oh yeah, you're laid back.
All right, cool. Yeah, they're 2 spiky fellas, and then they're like, so let's go to warp speed. So they're flying, and then in the window they see another spaceship, and they see the Moonanites, who are these like 8-bit looking characters, and they're flipping them off.
Right. He's like, that guy flipped me off. He's like he says that guy can't flip me off. He's like, go in reverse.
Yeah.
He's like, we're going too fast to stop.
Yeah.
What I find in this is only 10 minutes, but what I find in this is every kind of like juvenile and like how you rip on somebody. Sophomoric like hijinks.
Okay.
That's what I was looking for. Hijinks.
Yeah, these are like
because I got hijinks. Because I got hijinks. Because I got hijinks.
Remember when I saw him and I see that black lady's tits?
Yeah.
This is poor animation too, which is kind of, this is again, and not to say the reference this phrase again, but this is kind of the bread and butter of William Street, who produces a lot of these Adult Swim cartoons, is that they have shit animation. It's crappy on purpose.
It's crappy on purpose, but I think if the writing is good, people will completely ignore it.
Absolutely.
They're worried about what they're saying.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force was shit animation too, but that was on for like 10 years, maybe longer, and people loved it. And it was very silly and ridiculous and over the top, and one episode did not connect to the other. Anything could happen at any time, and everything is reset for the next show.
Right, so the orange guy and the green guy, they do stop from warp speed, and they do go in reverse, and so they end up mooning the Moonanites.
Yeah,
that's right. So somebody flips you off in a car. What's the next thing you do? You moon them.
Yeah, that's how you escalate things, right? Show them your butt.
What do you do if somebody moons you after you flipped them off? What do you do?
Well, the 8-bit guy says we'll just show them our digital dongs.
Yeah, so they
say press it up against the glass,
and it's just like it makes it like little gray like squares.
Because they're one color with like an outline, and their outlines are very like 90 degrees. They look very 8-bit.
It reminds me of like for the Commodore 64 when I used to program pictures, like make pictures on. I used to take graph paper and I would number the lines.
Did you really?
And then I would draw stuff, and then I would build them.
Wow.
Yeah.
I was not around. You had a Commodore 64?
Oh hell yeah! You know what I used to do? I used to buy one-sided floppy disks, take them home, use a hole puncher, punch the other side of them. Double-sided floppy disks.
I don't know what that means.
A floppy disk, a square one.
I know what the big floppy disks are.
You would buy them. They were one-sided, so you could only use one side of them. But if you went home and you paper clipped the other corner,
paper clipped or hole punched?
Hole punched.
Okay.
Hole punched the other side. You could then use the back.
Why? Why would hole punching allow you to use the back?
It's beyond me, but that's what you used to be able to do. Because they had little notches on them. A floppy disk had a little notch on the upper, let's say like an inch and a half down. It had a little notch in it. And I think that's where all the information went into.
Really?
I think so.
I didn't have a computer in my house until like 95.
Wow. And your mom was a teacher.
Oh yeah, and then all I had growing up was a regular, like the original Nintendo. We didn't have Atari. I would play Intellivision, the original Intellivision, at my grandparents' house.
Yeah, you had the.
They didn't have the joystick. It was a flat gold disc, and you would press on the disc.
Oh, wow.
I think later versions may have had the joystick that came out, the little paddle.
And it had like the phone cord.
It had the phone cord,
yeah.
And then it had the full number keypad, and then every game you bought came with a plastic sheet, and you slip that into the controller, and it told you what the buttons did.
Yeah.
I had that, but I had never fucked with a Commodore 64.
Commodore 64 is what I played minor league baseball on. So, what are the orange and the green guy called again? The what Knights?
There's the Mooninites, which are the 8-bit guys, and the Plutonians are the spiky guys.
The Plutonians then decide, okay, well, they put their balls up against the wall. The orange guy says, he's like, I'm gonna throw a water balloon at him, and he like somehow morphs himself into their spaceship and just drops a water balloon that doesn't explode. It just goes on the floor.
Yeah.
And that was their only one.
And then they retaliate by doing a ding-dong ditch.
Whew. I'm glad you used that word because I wrote down the other word.
Growing up,
that was what it was.
In like the 80s and 90s, people called it...
End knockers.
They called it nigger knocking.
Yes.
And I don't know why. I mean, you say the N-word and you say it's a derogatory term for a black man. Were black men knocking on doors and running away? What is... I don't know where that came from. But that's what people would call it in my neighborhood growing up.
But we're going to call it...
Ding-dong ditch.
Ding-dong ditch, where you knock on the door and then you take off running.
Right.
Yeah. So then they did that to their spaceship.
Yeah. And now here come the prank phone calls.
Oh my God!
Yeah. The guys like the Mooninites keep hanging up on the Plutonians before they're properly like pranked before the prank goes off.
And it's with the Plutonians, it's just the orange guy. The green guy is just laid back, like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he's just chilling.
But the orange guy is like
he's dead set.
He's dead set. Like he's obsessed about it. He's gonna do this, and so he's trying to make these prank phone calls, and like he's like that one didn't go well.
He's like, ask for Mike Hunt. You ever hear that one before? Yeah. Mike, and then they say Michael Hunt. But my favorite example of Mike Hunt ever was, because it's supposed to sound like my cunt, right? That's what the joke is. You remember the television program Stella?
Yeah, oh yeah.
There's an episode where they go camping, all right? So they're in the woods, and the three fellas, the Stella guys, they always wear full suits. And so they're in the woods, and they're like getting scared because they don't belong in the woods, and they're terrified. But they try to go out there and make it. And then they come across like a mountain man out there, and they start saying Mike Hunt to him. And they said in the commentary, literally at the end, we're just saying Mike Hunt over and over on television.
Right.
Anyway, that's my favorite example of Mike Hunt.
Stella, check it out. So the Mooninites, after the Plutonians just do a horrible job of doing these, they call back and they ask for Oliver Closeoff.
Wasn't one like hole in my groin? But is that what's the name there?
I think that was the point. It was just like
there was no name. It was just
obvious.
Hole in my okay. And this, I love when the Mooninites are swearing, like saying actual curse words. It's bleeped out by like Atari sounds.
Yeah, 8-bit sounds.
Yeah. He says, and then they graffiti on the ship, we eat our own farts.
Yeah, and the orange guy's like, we don't eat our own farts.
Let me hear your attempt at his voice.
We don't eat our own farts.
Not bad.
Why are they writing that down? That's not even true. Who will eat our own farts?
That's pretty good. Oh, boy. This is where we're so far in, and I recognize these characters. I've probably seen about 30 to 40% of all Aqua Teen show episodes. And then way back, I haven't seen it for a long time, and I recognize these characters. I understand these are the same characters, and the animation is the same. Sure. It's exactly the same as Aqua Teen.
I did not know that they came from Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I did watch quite a few episodes, but not enough, obviously, to know who these were. So there's the green guy. I'm going to call him Pot Guy.
Okay.
He wants to go. He says, like, this is stupid. Why don't we just leave?
Yeah.
He's like, and the orange guy's like, no, this is not happening. Now we're going to order 20 million large pizzas.
Yeah.
And they ordered 20 million large pizzas.
Was it 20 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's 50 million. It was
50 million.
It was 50 million large pizzas. And here's the one thing. That's another prank that in your sophomore days you would order a pizza for a different dress.
And we always said the N-word with that one too.
Right.
No, I'm just kidding.
Can you get me a pizza? No. It's got watermelon and barbecue chicken.
Jesus, man. Good Lord.
It's for funniness.
Okay, well, then that's fine.
Hey, I'm all for Gay Pride Month, too. Yeah, so because you used to do that. You would call a pizza place, order a pizza for a different address, because back then they didn't have caller ID. They didn't have where they took your credit card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so someone would show up with a pizza and be like, I didn't order this. It's like, well, you owe me $15 for this pizza. It's like, I'm not paying you.
So the joke is you inconvenience somebody.
Yeah, slightly.
One time, real quick, the story, if you don't mind.
Please.
One time, me and my stepbrother, he was spending the night. It was before he was my stepbrother. It was when my stepmom and my stepdad and my mom were dating. He came over and spent the night, and we called and ordered pizza and didn't tell my mom. And they showed up, and we were like, hey, we need money for pizza. If my kids did that now, I would be so fucking livid.
But that's like the equivalent to, or no, it's asking for forgiveness, right? Instead of asking for permission, you ask for forgiveness. And did you get the pizza?
Yeah. So the guy brings the 50 million pizzas, and the Moonanites are like, you were 1.3 seconds late. These are all free. So there's all these pizzas.
Yeah. He's like. You were exactly 3 seconds late. We're not paying for this. And they airlock his hand or something. Yeah. Anyway, the spiky guys are like, I'm actually
hungry.
I got hungry. Let's go over there.
So they beam over because they're hungry, and they're like, hey, can we have some pizza? And the Moonanites just open the door, and all the pizzas shoot out into space. Yeah. And they're like, we don't have any food.
I love that little Moonanite guy because he's got that real high-pitched voice. Yeah.
So then they're like, okay, the Moonanites, they're all on the same ship now. Right. So the Moonanites like, you know what? We have a self-destruct button. And this, to me, is probably the most genius part of this whole show. Because you had all these sophomore pranks, right? The stuff you do as kids, you did. All these, mooning people, flipping people off, showing them your junk, ordering pizzas, prank calling and stuff. But this is like when you everybody has had this problem. They had a digital clock. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
It's so hard to set up a digital clock
to
where the alarm goes off on time, and that's what this joke was. And so they we've got a self-destruct button, and it was like it was set for 30 years.
Isn't that funny how often sometimes the funniest things in whatever are just the mundane conversations of actual things you run into.
Kind of like this show. Just the mundane. And so for the next couple minutes, both sides are arguing or trying to figure out how to set this.
Yeah, they set a 30-year self-destruct, and they accidentally sent it to 27 centuries. They're like, no. We want it to blow up in 5 seconds.
Right. Oh, and the orange guy's like, oh, I know how to do that. He sets it up, and they move. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The Moonanites go to the other ship. And then the other guys are like, they left there. Let's go back to our ship. They go over there. And in that brief period, the Moonanites had completely redecorated their ship with a bunch of 8-bit rock and roll posters.
Yeah, and it was they had Poison and Slayer posters, but they were different names. They were all 8-bit, and they were jamming to the guitar. And so basically what happens is they blow up because the Paraguamis, what are they?
Plutonians.
The Plutonians are like, our self-destruct, but
it's based on an audio command.
Right. He's like, oh shit, you said it, and it blows up. Everything's over. Boom.
Boom. Exploder. Boom. Turbulence.
Please remain seated as we are now crossing a zone of turbulence.
I have 3 notes here. I mentioned this before. Sharp-eared listeners will understand. I ask, why didn't the show work? What would we do to improve it? Where would we like to see it go if it survived? I said why it didn't work. The note from the internet says it was canceled because Adult Swim felt like there was little, if anything, that could be done with these characters.
Man, yeah, it would be hard to struggle. I don't know. There's a lot of teen goofiness. That's basically what this is. This is 2 sets of teenagers fucking with each other.
Yeah.
But when will that get old? But to me, with Adult Swim's history, they don't care if it gets old.
They can make something out of virtually nothing.
Right, and part of their shtick is something that just gets old. It's just repetitive stuff. That's what it is.
That they do the thing where it's like,
Aqua Teen Hunger Force. There was nothing that happened.
Yeah, there's no story arc. There's no building of the characters. It's just like, what crazy shit can we throw at these 3 characters every single week? I think if they really wanted to, they could do something with this.
Sure.
they do the thing where it's like, oh, it's funny, not as funny, not really that funny, not funny at all, and then they push it over the edge where it's funny again.
Right.
That's the kind of humor that they jump into. And I will say too, when you open the door to outer space, anything goes.
Right.
You can introduce anything
you can have
want.
a spaceship that's shaped like a penis.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's full of Cheetos that are trying to win the Wimbledon tournament. You know, whatever you want.
Yeah.
What?
It's cool. Yeah.
You want some Cheetos? Is
No,
that
I
what
hate
you do?
Cheetos. I can't stand. They're disgusting.
Response. What if I were to improve this? I would say Adult Swim is known for these 15-minute blocks that break down to 9-12 minutes a pop, but still you need more than these 4 characters, right? Maybe you throw in another 3 or 4 characters, and then from there you can introduce whatever every other episode.
The sky is the limit.
Oh, I like that very much.
Spaces. I should have said the space is the limit.
A little better. What is
to infinity and beyond?
Where would you like to see Spacecataz go if it had survived?
Oh, I think you would. This is what I would do: is if you're not going to have them deal with each other every time, obviously, but I would alternate. Sometimes you have the Plutonians dealing with somebody. Sometimes you have them because both of them are funny in their own right.
Right. They both have very distinct kind of personalities that are silly.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Yeah. Well, let's see what other people say about this show.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we start our descent, please make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position.
When she says upright, she means penis.
Does she really? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I just want to give you a little heads up. When this episode is over, I'm going to use the restroom, but I'm just.
Let me go in first.
Okay. I'll let you go in first. I'm going to go, and I'll let you in right afterward because I don't want to be any mystery.
I don't think it's you.
Okay.
I don't think it's you. Of all people,
You've been to my place.
No, yeah, I don't think it's you.
Okay, right. IMDb. You remember what that stands for? Yeah.
Inappropriate male dick pictures.
That's right. That's what it is.
That's pretty good, right?
And that thing you said has a score for the thing we saw.
Inappropriate male dick pictures.
What is the score?
It's a 6.5.
It's an 8.6.
Holy shit!
8 points. We sometimes we talk about like some in the high 7s being the number like the highest rated. This really might be the highest rated pilot we've watched. 8.6. That's from 149 ratings.
Woo.
Critic reviews. DVD Journal gives the entire season of Aqua Teen Hunger Force 3 beers. I assume out of 5.
4.
I don't know.
Ooh,
they really weren't very clear, so the system means almost nothing.
Yeah, he's like 3 beers. Oh, what?
It's a meaningless
to us.
scoring.
A 3 is bad.
I think when you and I, and we'll do so here in a few minutes, give our rating, we're very clear about the rating system.
Very clear.
Some would say overly clear.
A lot of people would say
some would drink Everclear.
Some people would say there's no need to go over it in detail as much as you do every time.
Right.
But we get new listeners every time.
Every time we got new people listening, every episode. IGN.com says the Spacecataz segment is a compilation of every Spacecataz introduction uncut. A few additional lines were cut from the introductions, making this yet another worthy addition to the disc for huge fans of the show, meaning the disc of the volume of DVDs you could purchase.
Yep. And if you're buying DVDs of a series when you can watch them on YouTube, you're fucking you have fuck you money.
Robert Sayers from Bubble Blabber says reoccurring characters. Fuck yes, it's about time. I mean, I can't be the only one that feels that way. Aqua has some brilliant supporting characters outside of the main New Jersey residents, but goddamn it, I want to see them. Not only are these characters written amazingly, but the voice actors behind them are spot on. Feels good. Feels so good. I just want to wrap myself in that shit and stroke my fanboy broner to a completion. Glorious completion.
He ruined it.
Should I keep going with this guy's review?
No.
Okay, I'll skip the rest of his review. Viewer reviews. It was funny, but feels a little like overload. As a special, 5 out of 5. As an actual series pilot, 3 out of 5.
How can you rate something that didn't happen?
As opening bits, 3 out of 5. I still would have preferred Dr. Weird. Yeah. So that guy's heavily nerd entrenched in this program. Another review, while it works better in one serving, I can see why Adult Swim guys rejected it. Here's another one. A special or even As an episode of Aqua Teen Hunger Force would be fine, but a series definitely wouldn't work. Heh. It kind of reminds me of a Roadrunner or Tom and Jerry cartoon with all the pranks they played on each other.
Stupid.
And the final viewer review, there are disbelievers here, but we must smite them slowly and in 8 glorious bits of moon superiority with our quad laser. Come, let us form the quad laser.
If you know
now.
words like that, fuck you, you nerd.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to FCF.
These nerds really might be some of our listeners.
And the temperature is
what up,
69
nerd?
degrees. For your safety and comfort, please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the captains turn off the fasten seatbelts.
I have the right to my own opinion. This is my plane. It's halfway. 50% my plane.
I just want to make sure you're aware of the consequences of your actions.
I don't care. These people need to hear that some of those reviews you read are so nerdy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's why I like our show. It's not nerdy. Like, we don't fucking jerk off into these pilots.
You don't care, huh? No gray hair, don't care.
No gray hair, don't care.
1 through 7. That is the rating system in place to grade this pilot. 1 being the worst you can get. It's Roy Biggins from the classic television show from the 1990s, known affectionately and accurately as Wings, all the way to the best character on the show. His name is Brian Hackett. He's sexy. He's got a beautiful head of hair and a beautiful bomber jacket to match.
And he can fly a fucking plane.
Enough said, right?
Enough
Captain
said.
Philip Restisher, I turn to you. How do you rate Spacecataz?
Jason, I have 3 different ratings on my piece of paper.
All right. Let's go start. Number 1.
First one is from Eli, because Eli watched this.
Oh, the baggage boy.
The baggage boy watched this, and he gave it a 6. He thought it was very funny.
6 out of 7.
6 out of 7.
That's a Helen Chapel. That's, you know what? Pretty damn good.
Pretty damn good. Miles, the stewardess, watched this as well.
Second rating, numero dos.
She gave it a 2. She said this was horrible and stupid.
Wildly contrasting ratings.
And finally, the Blake Meister, Philip Restisher, gave it a 6.
Oh, wow.
I really liked the alarm, the
that
detonation
bit hit
alarm.
home with you.
I loved it, and I took it for what it was. It wasn't supposed to be a deep thought thing. There was these two. I liked the whole
It was mundane, right? It was hilarity and mundane conversation.
but it was only 10 minutes long. I mean, it was just if this would have went on for a half hour, it would have got fucking old.
Absolutely.
But it was 10 minutes long, and I thought it was funny. And I really, really liked the detonation, because like when you buy a new digital watch, you can't figure out. You're like trying to read, and there's all these buttons. I loved it. I thought it was
Who
funny.
knows what configuration of button you need to press to get it to do
Push
what
the
you
buttons.
want. Push that button. So a 6, a 2, and a 6. And now we turn to myself. That's probably like a 4.5, right? If I had to do the rough math. I say Spacecataz. I'm going to go right down the middle and give it a 4.
Okay.
These are characters that I am semi-familiar with. They are funny. I think it could go forward as a series, but I don't know how good it would be. I don't know where they would really go from there. The people at William Street...
Where do we go from here now that all of our 8 bits are growing up? And how do we spend our time mooning people on spaceships across from us?
I didn't hate this. It wasn't great. It was okay. There's a few funny parts. The voice acting is good. There's some fun voice acting. The animation is shit. The writing was okay. I would watch a few other episodes of this. I can't imagine it being great, but I would tolerate it. And with that, we close the book on Spacecataz, and we will never mention this show again.
Ever.
But join us next time, won't you please, when we watch the pilot episode of Snake and Bacon. Here's a little something to wet your whistle. Pilot episode, psst, want to see a crime scene? Cold opening followed by a visit to a crime scene later. Snake and Bacon visit the district attorney. Animated sketches interconnect within the overall plot. You can find the entire episode of Snake and Bacon by subscribing to Couch Pilots and Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast app of choice, and then simply click on one of our classically blue links in our show notes. Or go to AdultSwim.com.
And you know what to do, too.
No. You go to AdultSwim.com.
Sign up for the alt-right.
Ooh, that's good. couchpilotspodcast@gmail.com. You can send us an email there.
Yeah.
That's a thing that exists.
910-PILOTS-1, that's the dial-in number. It translates to...
Why do you always do that? It's 910-745-6871. But you know what? I say, call the number, and then leave a message, hang up, and then go to your computer, type, couchpilotspodcast.com.
Oh, that's the one-stop shop. But we love getting voicemails, and we haven't gotten any in a while, so we would love to have some.
We had some fairly recently, right?
No.
I thought we had
It's
Tyler.
been a while.
It's been.
CouchPilotspodcast.com.
It's got all of our back episodes. You can search by whatever keyword you want. It's got all of our links to our social medias. You can connect with us there. And guess what, folks? Anytime you even just go to the website, you're getting frequent flyer points.
Frequent flyer points are the best. It's a one-stop shop. You can go to our Facebook, our Twitter, our Instagram, all that stuff. Go from there. We do have a YouTube page. Mm-hmm. I think Dee Dee is the only one that uses it, and that's fine with me.
You can see how stupid we look on there.
Yeah, so look up Couch Pods Podcast on YouTube. Also, we have a Patreon page, patreon.com/couchpilots. I have not checked it in a while.
What is that? What is patreon.com?
Patreon is a website where artists such as ourselves can we put out content, and we give fans the opportunity to donate to us based off of different tiers. They can, depending on the amount of money that you donate each month, you might get a certain thing. So go to patreon.com/couchpilots. We do have, we're not going to go over them right now, but we do have 4 very interesting tiers.
They're kind of sexy tiers, don't you think?
Sexy tears.
Whenever I cry, they're sexy tears. I tell you that right now.
Say, not like rape tears. These
are
sexy.
This is wildly different.
But I recently went on there because I hadn't been on there in a while. And I want to thank all of our Patreon page supporters, because we have a significant amount of money on there because of 2 or 3 faithful listeners, and we appreciate that very much so.
The show will always be free, but anyone who wants to help us keep the lights on, because while it's free for you, it's not free for us. So there's a few things that we have to pay for here. So anytime someone enjoys the show so much to where they think, oh, it's worth a few bucks or whatever.
Shekels.
Yeah. Please send it our way. That we'd be super happy for it. What?
Pesos.
Yeah,
that's Spanish for pennies.
Again, your Mexican speak is impeccable. Captain Philip, rest assured, as we wind down this episode, is there a message of positivity that you like to give to our frequent flyers?
Definitely. It's summertime.
The living's easy.
Hopefully you have a summer gum and a summer secret. Do you have a summer secret yet?
I can't tell.
Good job. I'm trying to fool you. It's hot outside.
Damn it, that was my secret. God damn it.
If you have a friend and you guys are at the beach or at the pool or outside, you know what? Even if it's the same sex, opposite sex, it doesn't matter. Go ahead and lather each other up. Put that suntan lotion on them. Don't let them get burnt. It's uncomfortable. It's itchy.
Get a good lather going.
Get a good lather. It's not sexual. Just it's protecting your friends.
Yeah, if you really love someone, show it to them by protecting them from cancer.
Protect them from cancer and sunburn. That's what I got.
Oh, well, you know what I got? This pilot may have been rough, but it is always a smooth flight here on Couch Pilots. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you next time.
I love you.
On behalf of Couch Pilots and the entire crew, we'd like to thank you for joining us on this trip, and we are looking forward to seeing you on board again in the near future. Have a nice day.